Hi, this is another Ask Ruby where you've sent in your questions, and luckily I'm here to answer them. I hear you're making appearances before Christmas on the theater piece based on Say New World because I'm going to go on tour in March. And so I have to get this play ready, and I'm going to be doing workshops before Christmas. So I'll give you the dates. November 22nd, I've already done it. It's at Stratford Circus. Monday, the 25th of November, I'm at Cranley Art Center, 1 High Street, Cranley. Don't know where that is, but I'll be there. Friday, the 29th of November, at the Rich Mix Art Center, Bethnal Green Road. Then I'll be at Shoreditch at some point. Oh, no, sorry. Rich Mix Arts is in Shoreditch, which is my favorite place in the world. So I'll be there. See how well I know that schedule? Okay, the next question is, are there any plans for an audiobook of Say New World? I've bought it but can't make myself read it at this moment. Okay. Well, either you're depressed or you're drunk. So I am recording it as we speak, and I'd like to know why you can't read it at the moment. So maybe you could come back to me. If you are ill, I send sympathy and love. Don't give yourself a hard time. Don't read the book if you don't feel like it, but I am doing an audio. So hopefully you can listen to it. Or don't do either. Maybe just touch it. Okay, number 3 question is, what can I do to encourage people from Asian communities to talk more about mental illness? People don't like to talk. Well, even though it's 1 in 4 people around the world, I imagine that some Asians might be having something not right. In the upstairs department, as I said before, depression doesn't care where you've come from, and it's 1 in 4 everywhere in the world. But I hear if you're Asian, it's a very shameful thing, even more shameful than the rest of us. And really, the only way you can encourage people to start talking is, unfortunately, by you talking. If you want to encourage them to speak, speak first. Next question is, has comedy been a way to hide your issues? Well, comedy is to hide my issues. Well, recently, as you know, I've used comedy to speak of my issues. But as I say again, when you have depression, your insides don't know what your outside does for a living. So when I have depression, I can't hide behind my comedy because I'm out of it. You're in bed. You can't use your comedy to hide depression because you can't do anything when you're depressed. It actually pisses me off a little bit because with comedy, people think you're real perky, and you're real sunny. Well, it's just a job. I mean, I am perky when I'm not mentally ill. But you can't say, well, how come you're so happy? How could you have mental illness? As I say, mental illness falls on all those 1 in 4. Doesn't matter if you're perky. How could I jazz up my mindfulness practice so it does not feel repetitive? Well, with mindfulness, you don't have to sit, like a lotus in that lotus position with the bindi on your head and listen to that ting tick music. You can be mindfulness anywhere. So if you're taking a shower or you're brushing your teeth or you're drinking coffee, all mindfulness is being aware of where you are. It's paying attention to where you are, taking your focus where you want it and taking it away from where you don't want it. So if you're waiting for a bus, looking at your watch isn't going to make it come any faster. If you just decide to focus in on one of your senses, like listening or looking at somebody, but really looking, not thinking, I got an answer, an email, just focus. As soon as you do that, it's having an impact in your brain, which is kind of strengthening your ability to come into the present so that it's easier the next time you want to be present. Oh, how do I feel about MPs being dismissive about mental health? Well, I would say, as an American, MPs are the craziest of them all because when I first got here, the article I read was about one of them hanging from a light bulb with an orange in his mouth wearing a tutu, and he's not the only one. I mean, not with the tutu and the orange, but some of the weirdest people are MPs. Okay, so that's the end of Ask Ruby. Keep writing me, and thanks very much for this week's questions.